Have you ever felt that incredible rush, when a really complex idea suddenly just clicks into place?
Oh, absolutely. Or maybe mastering a completely new skill.
Yes, that sheer joy, that aha
Yeah.
moment, right? That little spark of discovery.
Definitely.
Well, what if that feeling, that drive we have to learn and grow isn't just, a fleeting pleasure?
What if it's something more fundamental?
Exactly. What if it's one of the most powerful keys, maybe one we often overlook, to our actual well-being and happiness?
I think that's more than just a passing thought. It feels like a profound truth, really. We often tend to put learning in a box, don't we?
Yeah, like it's just for school or work.
Right. Academic stuff, professional development, we sort of see it as separate from our emotional lives.
Mm.
But the evidence, well, it clearly shows that engaging with new knowledge, with new ideas, it's deeply intertwined with our mental and emotional health.
Absolutely. So today, that's exactly what we're doing. We're taking a deep dive into precisely that.
How learning and staying curious.
And yeah, having that commitment to personal growth. How these aren't just like intellectual exercise.
They're fundamental pillars for a happy, fulfilling life.
That's it.
Yeah.
We're going to unpack how positive emotions and that thrill of intellectual stimulation.
And what psychologists call a growth mindset.
Right, the growth mindset, how all these things work together, maybe even surprising ways, to boost your mental and emotional health.
You might find that these elements, they seem distinct on the surface, but they're actually profoundly interconnected.
And they reinforce each other.
Exactly. And what's really fascinating right from the start is just how much our emotional state impacts our ability to engage with the world.
Okay.
And specifically with learning. There's some really compelling research. There was a study on undergraduates that highlighted this. It showed that positive emotions had, and I'm quoting here, significant direct effects on life satisfaction and academic engagement.
Wow, direct effects. So it's not just feeling good.
No, it's not just superficial. It's about how that positive emotional state literally expands your internal resources.
How so?
Well, it makes you more open, more capable of actually absorbing new information.
So it's more than just, happy people happen to learn more. You're saying the act of cultivating those positive emotions actually primes your brain.
Primes your brain, primes your whole being, really, for deeper engagement and more effective learning. It's incredibly powerful.
That sounds like it connects to, isn't there a theory called the broaden and build theory? Does that fit here?
You've hit it perfectly,
Yeah.
yes. The broaden and build theory, Dr. Barbara Fredrickson proposed it.
Okay.
And it suggests that positive emotional states, they do way more than just feel good in the moment.
Right.
They actually, and again, this is the theory's language, expand individuals' cognitive and behavioral resources.
Expand them.
Yeah, fostering resilience, creativity, and psychological growth. Imagine your mind is like a landscape. When you're feeling positive emotions, joy, interest, contentment, that landscape broadens out, the paths become clearer.
Ah, I see.
You have more mental tools available, you become more adaptable, more open to new stuff, and crucially, more resilient when things get tough.
And what's really compelling, I think, is how the theory suggests these positive emotions, they don't just disappear. Over time, they aggregate, like they build up.
Exactly. They aggregate into significant resources with the potential to affect profound changes in individuals' lives. So one moment of feeling good isn't just isolated.
It's like a deposit.
Kind of like a tiny deposit in a mental bank account. And it compounds over time, building this much larger, more solid foundation for long-term well-being and growth.
That's huge.
It is. And this research, the study we mentioned, it revealed a really critical psychological pathway for how this happens.
Okay, what's the pathway?
Life satisfaction. It actually mediates the relationship.
Mediates. What does that mean exactly?
Yeah, it means positive emotions don't just directly boost engagement on their own. Instead, they first boost your overall satisfaction with life.
Ah, okay.
And then it's that increased life satisfaction that amplifies your capacity for what the researchers called absorption, dedication, and vigor in whatever you're doing.
So it's like a chain reaction. Feel good.
Feel more satisfied with life.
And that satisfaction fuels deeper engagement.
Precisely. That satisfaction acts as the real fuel, pushing you into a deeper, more energetic, more committed state. That's why you can get so absorbed, so dedicated, so vigorous.
That's a really profound distinction. So life satisfaction isn't just an outcome, it's also a catalyst.
A powerful catalyst for more engagement.
Yeah. And considering this research was done in, high-pressure academic settings.
Right, which adds another layer.
It really highlights how intentionally fostering positive emotions can be Well, a crucial buffer against stress and burnout, can't it?
Absolutely. A protective factor.
So for you, listening, think about how investing in your own emotional well-being, nurturing that overall satisfaction with life.
How that can directly enhance your ability to learn.
Yeah, and to persist through challenges, solve complex problems, whether it's, at work or just a personal project at home.
It's really a proactive strategy for thriving, not just getting by.
Okay, so we have this foundation of positive emotions and life satisfaction. Where does curiosity fit in?
Curiosity. Building on that foundation, curiosity is often the engine that really ignites the learning process itself. It's kind of the secret sauce for well-being.
Secret sauce, I like that.
We often think of it as just for kids, right? That innate drive to poke things and ask why constantly.
Guilty as charged.
But it's definitely not just a childhood thing. It's a natural part of human development that really helps us continue to thrive throughout our lives.
So it stays with us. Or should stay with us.
It should. It's not just about gaining knowledge. It's a powerful tool for personal growth, for happiness, and for, navigating life's ups and downs more gracefully.
I can really relate to that internal voice.
Yeah.
Especially when I mess up or face something hard. My default is often that critical. Why am I like this? Or why did I do that?
We all have that voice sometimes.
But the psychologist Linda Buchanan, she points out something insightful. She says, criticism leads to anxiety and fear, while curiosity leads to openness and change.
That's a powerful distinction.
It really is. It's about consciously shifting from that judgmental, why am I so whatever.
Yeah, so flawed.
To a more open, more explorative, okay, how can I understand why I did that? What's the lesson here? It seems subtle.
It's immensely powerful. It absolutely is. That shift fundamentally changes how you interact with yourself, first of all, and then with the world. This is why some people call curiosity the missing ingredient to a fulfilling life, and the science genuinely backs this up. Well, it directly links curiosity to an enhanced sense of well-being, purpose, and improved relationships.
Relationships, too.
Definitely. When you approach situations or people with genuine curiosity, you're less likely to jump to conclusions, right? Less likely to judge. You're far more likely to find solutions and build connections.
That makes so much sense for relationships. If you're genuinely curious about someone else, you're not just waiting to talk.
No, you're actively listening.
Yeah, asking follow-up questions, trying to really get their perspective. That kind of real engagement, it must prevent so many misunderstandings. It makes talking feel like discovery, not just swapping information.
Exactly. And Dr. Todd Kashdan, he's another key researcher in this area.
Yeah.
He reinforces this. He suggests that the real opportunities for joy, for growth, they happen when we're mindful, when we explore what's novel, when we live in the moment.
Being present.
When we are open to new experiences and relish the unknown. There's actually a fascinating neurological piece here, too.
Oh, tell me more.
When you encounter something new, something novel, it activates your brain's dopamine system.
Dopamine, the feel-good chemical.
Well, it's more than just pleasure. Dopamine enhances mood, yes, but it also fosters a more positive outlook, boosts motivation, even supports setting goals.
Wow.
And it can actually lower perceived stress and anxiety. It basically makes you more resilient.
So curiosity isn't just a charming personality trait. It's like a biochemical superpower.
Maybe so. It actively helps rewire our brains for well-being. It increases our vitality by keeping our minds open and flexible.
That mental agility.
Exactly. It helps us recognize possibilities in our life, which then supports us in our ability to weather life's storms.
Right. And it helps us put fears into perspective.
Yes, because it reduces that uncomfortable feeling of not understanding people or situations. If you're curious, you're seeking understanding.
And understanding naturally pushes away the fog of fear.
Precisely. When you expand your world beyond just what you already know, you gain a broader perspective. You start to realize most worries are just small parts of a much bigger picture.
Which helps lessen the anxiety.
It naturally does. So for you listening, cultivating curiosity doesn't have to be some huge undertaking.
No,
it can be as simple as trying one new thing a day. Even something tiny, like a different kind of tea or listening to a new podcast genre.
Okay, small steps.
Or, initiate social interactions by really listening and asking open-ended questions, not just yes-no ones.
Thank you, tip.
Maybe take a new route to work to see different things, or try music or books you'd normally skip over.
Little experiments.
Exactly. These small acts of curiosity can have a significant impact on your well-being. They continuously open new neural pathways and just enrich your daily experience.
Small acts, big impact. I like that.
Okay.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about that intense satisfaction that comes directly from learning itself, from growing intellectually.
Ah, yes. That deeper cognitive engagement.
For many people, and you see this online all the time, nothing gives a greater high than intellectual stimulation. People talk about those huge aha moments or hitting big milestones in personal projects. They describe it as profoundly satisfying. I even saw someone comment that being in flow state and finishing a project is much better than sex.
That's quite a statement.
It is. Or another one, learning that you discovered something that overturns established thought. Now that's euphoria.
Wow.
Those are incredibly strong endorsements, aren't they? They suggest this deep, almost primal reward in just pure intellectual engagement.
It really speaks to that intrinsic human drive, the drive to understand, to create, to master things. And this pursuit of learning and mastery, it's deeply tied to what Dr. Carol Dweck, the psychologist, calls the growth mindset.
Okay, the growth mindset. We hear that term a lot. What is it fundamentally?
Fundamentally, it's the belief that your intelligence, your abilities, they are something you could develop.
Developable, not fixed.
Exactly. Developable through dedication, through hard work, rather than being some fixed, unchangeable trait that you either have or you don't.
Like you're either smart or you're not.
Right. The growth mindset rejects that. It's a foundational perspective that really dictates how you approach pretty much every challenge and opportunity.
Okay, so it's a profound difference in how you view your own potential.
Absolutely.
And the implications. It must be striking, right? Especially for mental health, for resilience.
Oh, definitely. Think about it. Someone with a more fixed mindset might avoid challenges.
Why? To protect their ego.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
They fear looking not smart or exposing what they think is a limitation. But someone operating with a growth mindset, their approach is totally different.
How so?
They embrace challenges. They see them not as threats, but as opportunities to expand their abilities.
Okay.
They persist in the face of obstacles because they understand setbacks are just part of learning. It's not a sign to quit.
Right.
They see effort as the path to mastery, not as a sign they aren't good enough.
That's a big one.
It is. And instead of being threatened by criticism, they actually learn from criticism. They see it as valuable feedback. And maybe most importantly, they find lessons and inspiration in the success of others rather than feeling jealous or intimidated.
That's a much healthier outlook.
It really is. This whole perspective fosters what Dweck calls greater agency, that sense of control, of empowerment over your own capabilities.
So less fear.
Much less fear of challenge, error, and failure. Because for them, failure becomes about something different.
What does it become about?
It becomes about not growing or maybe not putting in the necessary effort. It's not a devastating judgment on their innate intelligence.
That's a monumental shift. It turns setbacks, which can feel crippling, into actual opportunities for growth.
Exactly. It reframes the whole experience.
And does this connect with other psychological ideas?
It connects beautifully with another key framework, self-determination theory, or SDT.
Self-determination theory. Okay, tell me about that.
Well, SDT emphasizes our natural tendency to seek out challenges, novelty, and opportunities to learn. It's about intrinsic motivation, our inner drive. SDT proposes that we have these basic psychological needs, the need for autonomy.
Like choice and control.
Yes, that sense of choice over our actions. Then competence.
Feeling effective, capable.
Right. And relatedness, the need to feel connected to others.
Okay, autonomy, competence, relatedness.
When those three basic needs are met, it powerfully supports this inherent human drive for growth that we all have.
And when those needs are met?
It leads to what the researchers call vital, healthy human functioning, a deep, sustained state of well-being.
So it's about creating the right conditions.
Exactly. Building an environment, both inside yourself and around you, where growth isn't just possible, but it's actively encouraged and feels natural to pursue.
So whether it's, the sheer joy of cracking a tough problem or having that liberating mindset that lets you tackle obstacles.
Or simply believing, truly believing, that you can improve and grow.
Cultivating that intellectual stimulation, always seeking knowledge. These are really powerful engines for happiness, aren't they?
Profound happiness and a deeply fulfilling life. Absolutely.
So for you, the listener, just take a moment to reflect on how shifting your perspective Moving away from believing your abilities are just static.
Towards understanding they can be continuously developed.
How that shift alone can unlock so much optimism, improve how you see yourself, and really empower you to learn and grow your whole life long.
Regardless of your age or where you are right now, ultimately, what we've really explored today highlights a powerful, I think, undeniable truth.
Which is?
That learning, staying curious, and intentionally cultivating that growth mindset, they're not just beneficial for, getting information or a better job.
No, they're more fundamental.
They are deeply intrinsically linked to your well-being, your happiness, and your fundamental human ability to thrive in a world that's always changing.
They're not just nice to haves.
Not at all. They are absolutely fundamental to a life lived vibrantly.
It's about recognizing that this pursuit, the pursuit of knowledge and understanding, it's a journey without end, really.
Yeah.
And it enriches every single part of your life.
Your relationships, your resilience, everything.
Yeah. So as we wrap up this deep dive, maybe consider this thought. What new curiosity, no matter how small it seems?
What one thing will you actively pursue this week?
And just notice maybe how that tiny intentional act of learning might ripple outwards, perhaps unexpectedly.
Into a greater sense of well-being, maybe more purpose, or just profound satisfaction for you.
Something to think about. We hope you join us next time for another deep dive into the fascinating landscape of human knowledge.